Howdy folks, and welcome to this Let's Play of Master of Orion, which we currently are playing as Terrans. So if we look at my load game interface here, this is going to be episode number 3, because we're loading at the end of episode number 2. Yes, I do want to basically carry on. So where did we leave off? We had been at war with the Darlock in the last episode. They made peace. And actually in the very first episode they attacked some of our ships prior to us actually having colony ships and so forth through their space, which they didn't like. So they took care of them, to put it bluntly. Anyways, where are we now? We are no longer at war. We are still only in contact with the Darlock. We got a truce for the next 5 turns.
So what do I do?
Of course I can negotiate with them. We can accept each other's embassies.
This is more than you deserve.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Anyways, just going to hoping to basically establish some more relations with them. I'm not really afraid of them. In terms of my strength, I'm pretty good in terms of my fleet strength. At the moment I got 15 out of 18. I got some of those ships moving towards a new system here, which I had previously been to in one of my non-published episodes, which basically failed because the game had crashed. Anyways, that's not what we're here about. We are here, of course, for the actual fun and joy of being able to play the game and go through it. Anyways, what I just tried to do with the Darlock is give them an embassy and get an embassy from them. They wanted to charge me for it, and now they're basically offering it for free. Well, thanks, guys. Alright, let's carry on. Still protecting the front line here, as you can see in the Kelev system. I've just reached the next system down. Do I have a colony ship ready? I thought I did. No, I don't. Let's have a look. That colony ship is being built. Will be ready in about 6 turns. Now let's start adding some extra items to here, to the queue. I'm going to build a cooling system, a toxic processor. Maybe I should prioritize the toxic processor a little bit more. And one of the things I do need to do is also do my pollution cleanup, because we're so polluted at the moment. It's actually quite bad, our pollution level. Anyways, our fleet has reached this system. I will send that fleet there. I will send this one here. And I will, of course, find the pirate base. Of course, without the destroyer being present, I'm not going to be able to actually do anything against him. So I need to basically wait for my destroyer to actually come back to me. I'll come back to me. I can actually do that straight away already here. I can bombard them. In actual fact, I could do something even better. Let's start off by sending that factory ship through. I'm actually going to keep the fleet in orbit there. And we're going to wait for that colony ship to become available. Now, at this point, I can, of course, engage these guys here. Which in itself is a relatively easy one. Easily destroyed. And I destroyed them with Merculite missiles. They tried to attack me as well. I didn't even receive any damage from them. So, job well done. So maximum population has been achieved here. So at this point we shall see that we now have, of course, our colony ship almost ready. Afterwards we're going to do the pollution cleanup. So I'm just going to keep that ship here. So I'm going to pause that again. In actual fact I want to move it straight there, so perfect. Research is finished, so I now can choose what I want to do. Do I want to get a cloning center, so additional population growth? Or do I want to basically get the microbiotics, which is basically inbuilt. It's not a building, everybody gets it straight away, it's a bonus. So I think I'm going to go for the microbiotics because, well, not necessarily it's going to cost me less, it's basically straight away useful.
Our engineers have made a new discovery, my
Perfect,
liege.
so we can choose the next type of research we want to go for, and I'm going to actually go for a weapon technology here. Or maybe should I go for economics first? So economics first and then weapons technology next. Fleet needs orders. I'm just going to skip that turn. So colony ship is ready. Now our colony ship I want to basically send instructions to. We're doing that pollution cleanup, which is going to be a couple of turns. Anyways, that ship I want to move to here because of course that being a Terran planet. Which means there will be additional growth, you name it, all along that line. Now I want to build myself another surveillance system here. I'm going to sleep that fleet temporarily. So this doesn't disturb me time after time, or turn after turn I should really say. Research is finished. Colonial revenue service is available. So now I'm really going to go for my weapon.
Marvelous.
Perfect. So the weapon I was talking about earlier. Just clicking through, getting time to progress as quickly as I can. Our spy center has produced an extra spy. I'm going to move him to a different colony. So I basically need to move them to whichever world I think is suitable. So they're en route. So the little circle that we had around the base was indicating that we can send a spy there. Now my intention for all of these spies at the moment is purely counter-espionage. I like the fact that they all got their own little icon in front of them. Gives a little bit of a, yeah, individual look and feel to it. Okay, progressing time. Where is that threatening fleet? Okay, yes, that's fine. Don't threaten me. Sleep in the actual factory ship as well. So the spy has arrived. I'm going to assign him a mission, and that's counter-espionage. So starting that. Actual fact, we started, and then really there's no end in sight at all, is there?
We offer this freely with one hand.
Really? Do you want a
but keep the
non-aggression
other
pact?
ready to take it
Actually, our
back, or worse.
dealings with them have increased. So what's actually influencing that? You've opened an embassy on their territory as an positive. You have an embassy on their territory. You've rejected a deal with them recently. You've attacked one of their fleets. Okay. Did I accept? Yeah, well, we were at war, so yes, of course I would have attacked their fleet. Colony ship has arrived, and again we are going to colonize this, but because this is a Terran planet, of course the intro little movie that you're going to see here is quite different. I really like this one actually. So again, this has got maybe a Norwegian feel to it, Scottish feel, I'm not sure how to best describe it, but I really like this one in terms of the landscaping that they've actually created here. Water movement is nice and everything to see as well. Nice. Anyways, on this particular world, we are going to focus initially, of course, on getting some food production in there. So hydroponic farms. What else do we want to get? Biospheres. But the first building I got lined up here is an automated factory. I'm just going to buy that straight off the cuff. So at least I get some production points going in here. So at least the other buildings will be built at the same time. In actual fact, what I should straight away have done is actually started building with this fleet here. And actually what I can do now, I can actually start using the rest of this fleet to attack this again. I'm going to bombard them. I'm kind of hoping that basically we destroy it and then there is a reward of a citizen movement to
the pirate base
the
has
world,
left
which unfortunately we didn't get. We got
standing.
credits instead. Okay,
One
well, so be it. No problem. But what I can do now with my factory ship, I can actually start building here an asteroid laboratory or an asteroid mine. Now I think I want to go for the mine because of course credits are always useful. Credits you can always spend them on things.
Galactic News
Cylon
Network.
Quanta has now control over 5
The
planets.
Cylon Quanta has grown in
Cylon
strength.
are really expanding rapidly, aren't they? Okay. So this fleet itself, this one here, I can actually send back to there. Now, we just finished some research of our technologies. And I can either get the fusion bomb, which actually is good against attacking something on a world. But better, yeah, if I want to do something in space, I want to get the fusion beam. So I'm going to get the beam weapon here, updating my designs. And actually will tell me which designs can be updated. So design here can be updated for the destroyer as well as for the cruiser. So if I upgrade this design here, the extra weapon is placed there. And this one already had a beam weapon, which was the neutron blaster. I'm going to upgrade that I'm actually going to keep the neutron blaster, but in addition to that, I've got the fusion beam now as well.
Our engineers await your command, Khan.
So next item that we want to get is... Now, if I want to be able to invade worlds, I want to get troop transports. But actually, in fact, this will actually improve my ships quite nicely. So I'm just going to get that one instead. Upgrading one of my destroyers to level 6. Now, when I say level 6, the actual level doesn't necessarily represent the power. It just means it's the next progression of technologies on there. It's really the Mark 6 of the design of the ship. Caliph 3 has completed a farm. There, of course, we have our next government support facility building that's going up next. What else do we need? Now, have I got any pollution on here? Yes, I got pollution, but there's lots of negative towards the pollution. So, well, negative, I mean, there is lots of negative growth in terms of pollution. Lab, colonial revenue. I guess that's the main ones I want to get. And then, of course, my marine barracks, my missile base. Ooh, and not to forget, of course, my starbase. Starbase actually helped me again increase my naval capacity, which at the moment stands at 24, so I'm quite happy with that. I'm occupying 15 out of those 24 in terms of points. Ah, we discovered an enemy spy. What do we want to do with them? Now, I think I've seen these before, and they're actually trying to incite a revolt on Caliph 2, so I'm going to kill him. Trying to incite a revolt? Not something I'm happy with. Espionage at Alpha Centauri. Spies have mounted a revolt in one of our colonies. Control of the colony is completely lost for 20 turns.
This is
And that's actually my
TNN,
home.
Galactic News Network.
That's so not nice. Really? I can only recover it through invasion. So I need to invade it with marines. And I actually haven't got marine barracks anywhere yet. How annoyingly nice. So marine barracks is what I need to get here. The fleet needs orders. So it's set for 20 turns, didn't it? Now, the other message said that basically I need to regain control here by invading it. Now this again says 20 turns. So I'm a bit puzzled. Is it 20 turns or do I need to invade the world? Alright, so we finished this building here. What I want to do next, I probably want to basically build something over here. So I really would like to basically colonize this world here, so at least I make that system my own as well.
Our engineers have made a new
Perfect, we
discovery.
just finished some research here, so cannon miniaturization, which will actually have a positive impact on all of my ships. They become smaller, the guns, so actually you can put more powerful guns in the same amount of space I had. And now I'm actually using mass drivers in all instances.
Our engineers await your command.
Now, one of the things I need to be able to do, I need to be able to move my troops around. So getting that troop transports in there is, of course, key. Don't have enough credits to actually upgrade those ships, it looks like. So I'm just going to move all of this on to the next and the next and the next. And then there is a spy that's awaiting orders on Caliph number 3. Now, I'm going to assign it. I said assign it, but I didn't click the right button, did I? So it is on Caliph number 2 at the moment. I'm going to assign it to Caliph number 3. Which is Alpha. Just because he got kicked off the planet. I'm just going to guard that planet for the moment. Unfortunately they are starving, which is a bit of a problem. The revolt lasts... It doesn't tell you for how many more turns that revolt is due to last. Really what I need to do here is I need to get myself, of course, the correct mission for this particular spy. And other than that, I need to make sure can get actually my Marines to actually invade that particular world.
And now, the news.
War erupts between the Martian and the Psion
It is
Quanta.
a dog-eat-dog galaxy out there as the
Dog eats
military
dog.
might of the Martian Pride battle against the Cylon.
Okay, so there's a war between those two, which is not a big problem, I would say. The question is, what do I want to do with my factory ship in the meantime? Now, one of the things I had envisioned is I want to be able to place a listening post over there, so I'm just going to send that ship over there. Again, they're trying to spy on us, which is kind of part of their nature, and it doesn't really make me happy. So Caliph 2 has completed the barracks, and it says the missiles are basically the next item in the queue. Now what I want to do really here is, if I look at my pollution levels, I'm okay with those. Colonial revenue and spy center. It looks like some of those buildings I just have to rebuild on this world here. At least until such time that I can actually get around that issue. And of course have my Marines invade my original homeworld. So I'm just going to kind of click these through until I get to a next point in time when I can actually do something useful. So this point in time is just progressing the turns, the turns, the turns. Perfect. I've got it where I want it to be. Surveillance system is what I'm building. 5 turns to go on that one. Again, they're trying to incite a revolt. And really, they're pissing me off at this point. But I need to get my homeworld back, because that's of course where the majority of my population was.
Our engineers have made a
And
new
my
discovery.
research at the moment is absolute crap, because I've lost so much in terms of real estate and points and so forth. So electronics is one of the next ones I really want to get.
Excellent. May I have a word?
We can now build troop transports. Alright, so I want to basically go back to those worlds I've got here and start building troop transports. Troop transports are... where are they? Down... Sorry, I did say troop transports I can build, didn't it? So I don't see them on this world here. Now I'm assuming I do have Marines here, don't I? So where can I see that again? It doesn't actually say where I've got them. Okay. So where's my troop transport ship? I don't have any. Let's have a view of the actual infrastructure I got. So that is probably... no, that's the farm. That's the marine barracks. So it's costing me money to actually maintain. So let's have a look at the Empire view. Does this actually list for me the number of Marines I've got on the world? It doesn't. Okay. How do I keep tabs of the number of Marines I've got? Ooh, a new spy is available. Ah, in actual fact my home world has become available again, where I do want to basically now assign her a mission of counter-espionage. So I can actually clear up this queue. I actually see auto cleared already. So the 20 turns that we were talking about is actually an accurate figure. So research, neutron collider I'm going to add to the queue, plus of course the global DNA scanner, which helps reduce the number of spy successes they will have. In actual fact, I'm going to basically pump this all into production for the moment being. I want to get a missile-based DNA, neutron collider, starbase. Neutron collider gets prioritized over the rest because of course that helps me increase my production. Toxic processor. I've got a deep sea entry there as well. Colonial revenue, neutron collider. What else do I need? DNA scanner. Probably want to prioritize the DNA scanner over the other ones. Caliph, and then of course the new worlds that I basically have recently created. Government support facility, revenue, and let's go for the deep sea cooling as well. So at least I get additional research points from there. I can of course upgrade these if I had enough credits, which I don't. Alright, at this point it looks like the game has reached the same point which I reached numerous times before. It's gonna crash. So let's just pull into the recording here, and I hope to see you on the next one. Have a good day. Bye bye.